wristed chain.
Never driving again.
All right, good afternoon, 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins elite fans. Thanks for joining us for game number 2 between the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins elite and your 2015 Cleveland Barons, live from the Barons Bus Arena. The boys in black and gold will be sporting their white sweaters as the Cleveland Barons sporting a new look third jersey with Cleveland across the front, all in black. As Connor Wilson steps in for the draw, he's going to win it back cleanly to number 43, Grant Loy. He's going to retreat back into his own zone to peruse the scene. Forwarding pass to number 8, Connor Wilson lifts the stick to the defender. Connor Wilson all alone. Tries to move it back door to Borman. As they're a lane there, Newton's going to try and bring this back together. Puck get picked by Connor Wilson. Curl move around one man, but forgets the puck behind him as Ambrose Papawana goes back to collect with 12:33 to go in the first period. Loya now controls. Goes D to D over to Papawana. Papawana to his backhand. Feathers it through to Borman. 2-on-2 develops as Borman walks in. He's got Wilson go to the net with him. shots into skates right now. As behind the net, the puck will go all the way through to Takovic's 53. As Grant Loya winds up things, going to dump it deep off the stick of number 58. Knocks it down, pressured now by 93, Riker Ferguson. Penn's going to change behind the play. Freshly on is number 9, Brady Fritchie. Goes through his skates to Bingham Green. At the top of the circles, throws it all the way through to Nico Stark. Collects that puck, shot in on net, into the glove of netminder number 1, Enox, with 12:51 to go. Pens get the first shot of the game. Dominated puck possession and shots in the first game. A 4-1 victory. So game number 2 well underway here. Offensive zone face-off between Riker Ferguson and Wilkos. It'll be one back to Bingham Green. Loses the handle, though, as Thiessen will come behind the net. Cycles it over to Guerra, number 87. Back to the neutral zone, where Brady Fritchie's going to come in 1-on-2. Makes a move, snaps it in just wide of the net. As Reese now will bring it back to center. Brady Fritchie will hustle back to get to this puck. As Nenevisa tries to peel the puck off of Wilkos and does. 77, the left-handed defenseman. Tries a centering pass to Bingham Green. Goes all the way through to Thiessen. Should be an icing call. It's going to be waved off. As it goes off of a player's stick. Puck battle here on the far wall between Riker Ferguson and 2 Barons players. With 12:07 to go in the first period. Nenevisa thinks about joining the fray. It's going to come behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson, to Brady Fritchie. Off the elbow pad of Nenevisa. Nenevisa's going to peel this in deep. As the Pens going to change some troops behind the play. As 27 winds it all the way back to the neutral zone to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano makes one-man mess, protects it on his backhand. Gorsty's calling for this puck. Papuano's going to instead take it. Papuano now peels off. He's going to try and feather it through to Blake Paris. That's read and picked by Tanner Scott. Scott's now going to try Papuano. Papuano forces him to the wall, strips him of the puck. As we have a battle that ensues between Papuano and Scott. Scott wins that battle temporarily, but it comes up the wall to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski to Fritch, who's interfered with there. All the way to Blake Paris. As he had a man driving the net. As Ambrose Papuano off in his backhand. Now comes to Lapanga behind the net. Wheels behind the net, my number 1. Picked off now by Blake Paris. Dumps it deep. Now he's going to go for a change. Freshly on here, number 8, Connor Wilson is going to come to the near corner. Battles alongside Colt Davis. Comes back to the point man. Loya makes one-man mess. He's got a man back door. Instead, he's going to leave it for Wilson. Wilson back high to the point man. Borman. Borman tried to hold the zone there. Just came out with 10:41 to go in the first period. Offsides is the call. Neutral zone face-off. Wilson will stay on for the draw. Will be flanked by Davis, Borman, backside Nenevisa, and Loya. Thanks for joining us here on Cine TV, Pens Elite TV, game number 2 between the 2015 Barons and your 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Maybe you had the Steeler game on before this. Ended just in time to click over here to Cine TV. Grant Loya winds it back to number 77, CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa up to Borman. Official there runs interference, but Borman's going to hit the deck, leaving the puck for 55, Newton. Newton tries to peel around Davis and does. Gets it up to Sadler. Sadler's pass will be picked off by Grant Loya. Knocked off of his stick blade. Still looking for it. It's in Grant's skates. Goes off his shoulder. Grant tried to hit Wilson with a pass.
I always notice he never wears the right side.
As it comes up ahead to Sadler now. Sadler has it on the backhand. Chipped off his stick by Nenevisa. Retrieving this is Sadler. Shot goes into the pants of 11. Cole Davis with 9:54 now to go. As it's thrown behind the net, Grant Loya is going to try and wheel it around now. Skates through center. Grant Loya has his head up. Elects to dump it in. He's going to go for a change. Pens wholesale change. Bingham Green and Easton Borman are going to be on the forecheck now. As Guerra's going to try and work it around Brady Fritchie. Fritchie seals his man off to the wall here on to help out as Ferguson. Ferguson tries to chip it ahead further as it comes in off the glove of Luca Thompson. And back to center now off the stick of Easton Borman. Thrown right back into the zone. Offsides is the call. 17 in ahead of the play. 9:13 to go. Neutral zone face-off in front of the Penguin bench. So this will be backed all the way up to center red. Riker Ferguson in a battle now with Wilkos for this faceoff. Officials get things straightened out here, and the puck is dropped. It's going to be pushed forward by Ferguson. Back to get this will be number 15, Mazza. Mazza goes behind his netminder as he's pressured, leaves it for Lopanga. And back out of the zone come the Barons. 87 tries to hit Wilkos. Welch gets in a stick along with Brady Fritchie. As back in on the attack comes 93 Riker Ferguson. As Wilkos now controls. He's pressured by number 7 Nico Stark. Comes all the way around to Mazza. Mazza's going to try and hit the winger, but pushing up into the play was Welch. Creates the turnover here as falling down is number 4 Mason Fritchie. Bingham Green tries to hit Nico Stark with this pass. It's going to be picked off. Tanner Scott tries to split around. Good recovery there by number 4 Mason Fritchie. Fritchie's now going to lead the rush here. It's going to come 1-on-4, 1-on-5 now as Lopanga runs into him. As it's under the legs of Mason Fritchie there as his stick gets stuck behind him, but Gailey's going to walk out with this puck. Has it behind the net, comes to the point man. Blake Parrish snapped in on net. Goes off the stick of number 4 Mason Fritchie. 8:04 to play in the first period. Wound right back down around the net by number 37 Ambrose Papuano. Over to get to this puck is Blake Parrish. He's been noticeable so far in the first period. As Perina tries to move it to D-man Bugaj. Loses the handle here. He's hustling to catch up to it. So is Mason Fritchie. As it comes all the way back down into the Pens D zone behind the starting netminder Luca Thompson. Grant Loya picks it up. Loya surveys the scene. Takes a hook. He's going to have it knocked off his stick there by 55 Newton. It's Paris. Runs into a man. As Connor Wilson. He's coming in 3-on-3 right now. Dips around one man. Knocked off his stick there. As following on was Gaworski. Sadler skates back as he faces pressure from Wilson. Loses the glove.
Come on, that's so soft.
As Sadler hits the deck. And Connor Wilson will go to the box. First penalty of the day. 7:09 to go in the first period. Pens will be short-handed with a minute 30 tripping penalty up on the board. So we'll do things to the right of netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. In on the draw will be number 93, Riker Ferguson. As it's in the skates of the official. Comes to Riker Gailey behind the net. Gailey surveys the scene. Pressured by CJ Nanavisa. Back to Wilco. Centering pass goes off the back of the leg of a Penguin defender. Fan on the shot attempt is 27. As it's come back to Riker Ferguson, he's knocked down. As Borman takes a slash on the back of the legs, he's trying to get back in the play. Gailey's going to come in. He's coming in 1-on-3 right now. As the Pens are going to retreat back to the house. 56 to go on the power play here. Thiessen has it at the top of the zone. He curls back. Surveys the scene, goes over to Wilkos, top of the circle. Goes across to 27. 27 delays back to the point man. That's Thiessen. Thiessen over to Wilkos. They play catch. Protect on his backhand now. Pressured by Borman. Gailey tries to cycle off the wall. Goes wide to 27. Goes through everybody. As Borman's going to hustle over here to try and create some mayhem. Gailey's going to curl. Slap shot taken off the back of the skate of Brady Fritchie. And high off the wall by Easton Borman. Icing will be the call. With 5:59 to go. Pens will have 19 seconds to go on the PK. They're going to change up their unit. As Cleveland was able to rag that puck back for an icing call, so Newton will step in across from number 4 Mason Fritchie. As comes back to the point man, Bugaj. Tries to force it back down the wall. As the Barons going to walk off the right skate of Welch. Welch gets a stick on it now. He's going to poke it now to Nico Stark with 5 to go on a penalty. Stark's going to try and hit Mason Fritchie with this. Be it icing call, but that'll be it for the Penguin for the Cleveland Baron power play. The Pens able to get out of danger here, but still have a D-zone draw coming up, but will be even strength, 5-on-5 action. Wilson will leave the penalty box and go right to take this face off. He's on with Stark and Green. Backside will be Welch and Papuano. Gailey steps in for the draw across from Wilson. Stark's going to hop this draw. Tries to get it out of the zone. Comes back to the half wall to Connor Wilson on his backhand. Fishes it back up to Stark. Stark pokes it around off the Penguin bench. Bingham Green tries to hustle to get to this puck. Shot right back into the Penguin zone. Welch goes back to collect. He's going to go D to D to Papuano. Papuano off the wall to himself. And it comes all the way through to Nico Stark. Stark has it, feathers it through to Wilson. Wilson tries to go right back to Nico Stark, and it reaches him. Goes high off the shoulder. He's got Connor Wilson in front. Ambrose Papuano has it behind the net. Manning the point will be number 19. Bingham Green goes high to Welch now. Welch is going to shoot this across to Bingham Green. Bingham Green shot in on net. It sits down right in front as trying to get to this rebound. It'll be Nico Stark. Welch is going to pinch down now. As it comes all the way through to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano back to number 19, Bingham Green. Leaves it on the drop pass for Connor Wilson. Got two defenders here joining the play. Wilson tries to feather through everybody. Knocks down Lang, number 66, drops the stick. But it comes now to Bingham Green. Green's going to snap it in off the glove. Rebound, juicy. Rebound sits out in front. Penn's able to collect here as Connor Wilson's taken down there. Takes an extra shot there from 58, Bugaj. As Gailey in on the attack now. 4:14 to go in the first period. Goes behind number 33, Luka Thompson. Hustling over to this puck is 19, Bingham Green. Green to Paris. Paris feathers it through to number 8, Connor Wilson. Paris is going to stay on the forecheck here and pressure Lopanga, 27. Both of them go down. Newton will walk out of here, poked off of his blade by Mason Fritchie. Newton comes out, he's 2-on-3 though. He's going to try to curl up. Throw a backhand sauce pass into the middle. Man fell down. And it will create an outlet for the Penguins. Headman pass to Mason Fritchie. He's in 1-on-2 right now. Mason Fritchie knocked off his skate blades as he had Grant Loya driving the net. Newton back to center now. Back check by Paris. Stepping up to him is Brooksy Gaworski. Creating an offsides. Forced him wide. 3:25 to go. Neutral zone faceoff. Not a lot of whistles so far in this first period action. As Mason Fritchie will stay on for this face-off with Gaworski, Paris, backside, Fritchie, and Welch. Official trying to get everybody lined up again. As it's in the skates, both centermen. Pops out to number 9, Brady Fritchie. Try a curl move. Left at the blue line where it's picked up by Blake Paris. As it's picked up by Thiessen. The defender is going to try and force the action the other way. Run into by Fritchie. Also back is his brother, number 9, Brady Fritchie. Goes off of his stick blade all the way up to Brooksy Gaworski. This comes into the slot. Welch pokes it off one man. As Reese is going to shoot it high off the blocker of Luka Thompson. Settles down in front. Still on the backhand. Welch is going to try and force it wide, but pocket pick comes back high to Mazza, the point man. As it's now to number 9, Brady Fritchie. Has it on his backhand. Moves it up to Blake Paris. Got a man streaking up ahead. It's number 4, Mason Fritchie. 2-on-2 develops. Gaworski's going to drive the net. Goes to Brooksy Gaworski off his backhand. Off the left shoulder of Enox. As Borman follows on. Thrown back to center where it's picked up by number 43, Grant Loya. Up ahead to Riker Ferguson. Ferguson snaps in a shot just off the tip of the glove of number 1, the netminder. Easton Borman now has it top of the circle. It's about 2:09 to go in the period. Ambrose Papuano snaps it in off the left pad. Pens have some juicy rebounds kicking out. As icing will be the call, as there's a collision here in the neutral zone.
Let's go, team! Joey! Go! Joey!
Offensive zone face-off for the Pens to the left of the netminder, number 1, Riker Ferguson steps in against number 72, Riker Gailey. Also on with Fergie is number 11, Colt Davis, number 74, Easton Borman. Borman had 2 in the game earlier today. He's interfered with by Wang. Davis has his stick lifted and picked up by 58, Bugaj. Comes now to the point man, Ambrose Papuano. He's going to do the clap bomb off the backside of the defender. As Ferguson hustles to get this puck, pinching down is Papuano. Good recovery there by 37 to keep this in the zone. Pops back to the Penguins D zone with 90 seconds to go in the first period. As Grant Loya sends it up ahead. Colt Davis tries to hit Easton Borman with it. Borman picks the pocket of the defender. Knocked off of his stick blade, though. Back to Grant Loya, who's hustling back for this puck along with his D partner, number 37, Ambrose Papuano. 1:14 now to go in the first. 0-0 the score. Go off the stick. And icing will be waved off here as Easton Borman goes to get to this puck. Has it at the half wall. Spun off by Takovitz. And back to get this is 77, CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa tries to hit Borman with it. Borman's going to tip his head. Good play there by Easton. Get this deep as he goes for a change. Bingham Green now on the forecheck. He's thrown into the cage by Thiessen. As back to center red. And the stick of CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa tries to feather it through to Wilson. That's red and picked off by Sadler. Nenevisa tries to throw it further along now. 25 to go in this first period. Wilson now picks it up behind the cage. He's got a man ahead of the play. It's Bingham Green. Instead, Wilson's going to skate this forward. Chips it around one guy. And Bingham Green will go in on the forecheck now. He's joined by number 7, Nico Stark. On the half wall, it's Sadler with the puck. Feathers it through to Newton. And 53 is going to toss it deep. And he will go for a change with 2 to go, 1 to go in the period. That'll be it for the end of 1 with the score, 0-0. We'll be back with period 2 action in a moment.
One on the left. Going back over
Never. .14 minutes on the clock. Second period action set to get started here from the Barons Bus Arena. Snow flurries falling outside. As again, the man between the pipes is number 33, Luca Thompson. Faced, I think, 3 or 4 shots in that first period. And starting here, the starting unit of the second period will be number 4, Mason Fritchie. He'll be flanked by Blake Paris and Brooks Gorski. Backside, Ambrose Papuano and number 14, Noah Welch. Sticks are banging on the Penguins bench right now, trying to get the boys fired up. 14 minutes as Fritchie steps in against 17 Wilkos. Maybe in the skates of Wilkos, he finds this puck right now, throws it back into the Pens D zone. Back to get to this puck is number 25, Blake Paris. Paris is going to cut in, maintains control of this puck, heads up ice, hits Mason Fritchie with it. Pens back in on the attack here early in the second period. Fritchie tries to feather this through to Gaworski and does. Gaworski's going to throw this to the back end of Welch. Welch goes D to D to Ambrose Papuano. He snaps it back to Gaworski, where Gaworski controls once again, goes back to the point man. Ambrose Papuano, he walks the line, goes to Welch. They play catch. Welch is going to snap it in on net, deflects, down rebounds, Juicy. Again, another one sitting there as Paris will go back to Noah Welch. Welch is going to go wide to Ambrose Papuano now. Pens have them hemmed in the zone. Ambrose Papuano protects on his backhand. Throws it now deep to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie now up the half wall. Tries to move to Paris. On to get to this puck are the Barons, though. They control behind the zone. Welch is going to try and read that play. He steps up and reads it as he's going to dump it deep. This comes all the way through to Ambrose Papuano, who's crushed on his backhand. Just sneaking out of the zone now to Ambrose Papuano. Throws it over to Welch. Welch is going to try and feather this all the way through. And they're going to go for a change as Brooksy Gaworski stays on now. Pens complete the line change. Got some tired bodies here for the Barons. Minute and a half shift for them, as they were only able to get a couple guys to change. Connor Wilson feathers it back to the point man. CJ Nanavisa, he walks off the wall. Nanavisa over to Loya. Loya at the top of the circle, snaps in a shot, deflects off the stick blade of Colt Davis. Comes right back to the point man, Grant Loya. Pens have something going here with 12-19. As the Barons now are going to hop this pass and throw it right back to center. Nanavisa is pressured by Reese. Back to recover this puck is number 74, Easton Borman. Throws it back to center to Perino. Perino off the wall and back into the Pens D zone as Loya runs into a man. Wilson off his backhand. So Nanavisa catches up to this puck, throws it back to center to the stick blade of number 72, Riker Gailey. Gailey headman pass to 34. He's confronted by Loya. Foot race here between Scott and Loya now. Scott gets that puck first on the goal line. It's 34 and Scott tried to pressure Grant Loya. Finding this puck is Tanner Scott, tries to peel off. Centering pass comes off the side of the net, where it's thrown up ahead, where Easton Borman tries to get to this puck. It's poked along further by Wilson. Where 27, Lopanga has it. Throws it right back up to Tanner Scott with 11:13 to go in the second period. Centering pass to 34. He's going to try and split the defender. Poked off the stick temporarily by Loy. Had a man back door. Scott didn't go to him. Elected to shoot the puck instead. Had a man back door for a tap. Big stop there from 33, Luka Thompson. As some pushback here from the Cleveland Barons. As Gailey will try Nanavisa. He walks around him, snapped in to the midsection of number 32, Luka Thompson. Offensive zone face-off for the Barons coming up to the right of netminder number 33, Luka. As Newton will step in across from 93, Riker Gailey. Correction, number 93, Ferguson will step in against Newton. As it comes through to Sadler. It's blocked down by the Pens defenders. Comes to the stick blade of Brady Fritchie now. Fritchie off the wall, back to center where Bingham Green will harass Thiessen. Pushes the play. Bingham Green wins this battle, comes in to the Barons D zone. Now Nico Stark tries a centering pass. He had Green going to the net. Welch is going to get to this puck. Welch is going to snap it in. Goes wide now. All the way through to Bingham Green. Runs into a man now. Ferguson on his backhand. Comes through to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie tries to move it along further. Pens have it high in the zone now. 9. Dumps it deep. Pens will go to work. Nico Stark hustling over to this puck. We're under 10 to go in the second period. Stark has it as it's thrown back into the Pens D zone. And icing is the call with 9:50 to go in the period. Offensive zone face-off coming up. Pens will change their D personnel. On for the job will be number 4. Mason Fritchie's across from Wilkos, flanked by Paris and Gaworski. Backside will be Ambrose Papuano, number 43, Grant Loya. Fritchie wins this back. Controlling it is Paris, back to the point man. Right-handed defender, Grant Loya. In on net where it's collected by 43, Brooks Gaworski. He hustles to get to this puck. He's in a foot race with number 9, Reese. Holding this down deep will be Ambrose Papuano. Tries to pinch down. 2-on-1 will develop here. 3-on-1 will develop as it'll go wide to 87. Loya sees that go off his stick and over the shoulder, the left shoulder of netminder 33, Luka Thompson. With 9:24 to go in the second period, the Barons will take the lead off the stick blade at 87. Kind of a fluttering shot. It deflects off the Pens defender's stick. A 3-on-1 developed here. Pens will play from behind here from the Barons Bus Arena. As we approach the halfway point of the second period, Mason Fritchie steps in. He'll be flanked on the left side by Blake Paris on the right side, Brooks Gaworski, backside, Nanavisa, and Fritchie. Puck will be dropped. It's in the skates of Wilkos, where Blake Parrish will come over and have it on his backhand now. It's knocked off the puck. As following on is Mason Fritchie. He goes high to his brother, Brady Fritchie. They go D to D to Nenavisa. Nenavisa surveys the scene. It's going to delay. Goes to Gaworski. Gaworski has it in the corner, but the Barons have numbers. As Brady Fritchie tries to get over to this puck against the goal scorer, 87. Strips him of it. Brady Fritchie protects. He's forced to the wall, but following on is CJ Nenavisa, his D partner. Nenavisa up to Gaworski. Gaworski back to Nenavisa. CJ moves it now to the top of the zone. Parrish unable to control that puck. It's thrown in. Ahead of the play, though, was 34 Perino. Offsides, neutral zone faceoff. 8:39 to go in the second period. Pens controlling zone time so far today. Barons opportunistic on their one break as it's thrown back into the Pens D zone, where Ambrose Papuano is going to go back for this puck.
Body.
Reverses back to Welch. Welch is going to go off the wall to Borman. Borman tried to tip pass, but falling behind, had a man fall down behind the play. As Tanner Scott wings it back to his defenseman, as it's dumped right back in again, where Ambrose Papuano will go back one more time. Try to reverse it back, but reading the play was Tanner Scott. Pokes all the way out in front. Ambrose Papuano. Over to get to this puck is Easton Borman. Borman's going to skate out of danger. Moves it to Colt Davis. Davis ahead up for Borman. He's got a man going to the net. It's Connor Wilson. He's got a man wide open in front of the net now. That gap is closed. Borman will come all the way through. Throws it back to Welch. Welch is going to survey the scene. Goes wide to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano tries to go right back to Borman. Borman has it. Welch is going to step up in the play. Shoots the puck. Deflects behind the net. 7:40 to go in the second period. Connor Wilson back to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano over to Welch. Telling him to shoot. He's going to let go of the clap bomb. Noah Welch tucks it in. Off the stick of Papuano. The slap shot taken by 14. Talk about a hole-in-one. It's a 1-1 game here with 7:31 to go. Pens rewarded for the zone time. And it's in the back of the net. Riker Ferguson now steps in for the draw against Newton. One back by the Barons. Back to Mazza. Picked off, though, by 19 Bingham Green. See if this gets the Pens going here. As Nenavisa. Up to number 7, Nico Stark. Stark throws it through. Just off the left post there. Off the left pad of the netminder number 1. Nenavisa plays catch with Grant Loya, 43. Up to Bingham Green. Green pins his man to the wall. Where Bingham Green walks off the wall. He's got a man high in the slot. But it comes all the way through to CJ Nenavisa, number 77. He walks low in the zone. Surveys, tries to feather it through. Deflects off of a couple of shin guards of the Cleveland Barons. Back to center, all the way back into the Pens D zone. Retreating for this puck will be number 43, Grant Loya. Off his backhand, reading that play is Takovitz, though. Stepping to this is Riker Ferguson. Pens are going to walk out, 2-on-3, though. Stark tries to work it right back to Ferguson. Comes all the way through in front of the Pens bench. Hopping that pass is 19, Bingham Green. Grant Loya controls. Goes to Nenavisa. Nenavisa sees that roll off of his stick blade, where it's dumped deep by Takovitz. Didn't meet center red, just a couple steps behind it. Offside, icing is the call. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Pens lead with 6:07 to play in the second period. So Pens able to get one back to tie things up at 1. Mason Fritchie will step in for the draw. He's on with Paris, Gaworski, backside, Fritchie and Welch. As Wilkos. He'll come back to center red. He's going to try Fritchie. Shut down by Brady Fritchie. tucks it right up to Gorski. And Gorski will now dump it deep. And on the forecheck will be 25, Blake Paris. Fritchie's going to pinch down the wall to try and keep this in, and does. Manning it is his brother, Mason Fritchie. Has a battle on the half wall, squirts down below the goal line, where the Barons going to control it behind their netminder number 1, as it's sent now high in the zone, controlled by Blake Paris. Paris goes to Mason Fritchie. Correction, Brady Fritchie. Fritchie to Welch. Welch is going to walk off the wall. He's going to snap it in on net, looking for the stick blade of Mason Fritchie. Over to get to this is number 4. Blake Paris. He dumps it low. It's Mason Fritchie. He has it. Tried to hit Welch back door. He had him creeping in the backside, where Mason Fritchie now has it. Drops it for Welch. Welch is going to protect on the wall. Dump it deep again. Goes back down to Mason Fritchie. Pens have zone time once again, controlling it this entire shift. Colt Davis is run into it. Both guys go down. It goes down below the goal line to Mason Fritchie. Penn's starting to change up some troops here. Freshly on is Easton Borman's. Run right off to Brady Fritchie. Has it on the wall. He's got a man back door. Goes to him. It's Welch. Welch is going to sneak in. He's going to shoot it. Didn't get a lot on that shot. Block it away as it's turned right back up to the stick blade of Welch. Welch feathers it through to Borman. As the Barons bench are yelling at their players to ice the puck here. As 9 threw a shoulder into the head of 14. Not sure who's going to the box, though. A couple players battling on the ice, 74 and 17. Giving each other the business. It'll be 17 that does go to the box. Along with Easton Borman. Looks like it's going to be even up here. They're battling on the ice surface. So things will remain 5-on-5. It's a break for the Barons there, I think. Penn's had about 2.5 minutes of zone time. All right, so stepping in for this offensive zone faceoff will be number 8, Connor Wilson. Tries to move it to Mason Fritchie as it's going to be whirled around. Could have been an interference call there, hold. Papuano gets away with one there. Ryan, good stop up there as he tries the power move. Thompson had to be alert with the left pad as Mason Fritchie's walking back in the offensive zone, 4 to go in the period. Tries to feather it through. Comes to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano. More moves than May West there as he gets back into the offensive zone. One problem, he had a man ahead of the play. 3:52 to go in the second period. As we'll do it all over again in front of the Penguins bench. Connor Wilson, he's on for the draw. Across from him is 72 Riker Gailey. It's going to be one back by Wilson. Had a couple bodies go down. One of them was the official. Ambrose Papuano protects on his backhand. He goes back to his forehand. Had a man ahead of the play once again. It was Connor Wilson. So once again, another offsides call. 3:43 to go in the second. As Grant Loya controls off the stick blade of Blake Paris, right back to Blake Paris. Paris feathers it through to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano back to Loya. In front of him, though. He has to hustle to get to that pass. Off a stick blade and back into the Pens offensive zone. High in the zone, it's Blake Paris. Tries to go skate stick. Instead comes now through to Wangs. As Perino, 34, has it. Had Scott ahead of the plate. Pocket pick by Connor Wilson. Loya throws it up into the Penguins D zone. Racing for this puck will be number 8, Connor Wilson. 3:07 to go in the second period now. On the half wall, the Barons will control. 1-1 is the score. Gailey throws it all the way down the ice. Should be an icing call. And it is an icing call with 2:54 to go in the period. Both of the boys in the penalty box going to have to wait for the next whistle to come out. 2 to go on the coincidental minors. one back beyond the reach of number 9, Brady Fritchie. He has to hustle to get back to this puck. Here from Barron's Bus Arena outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Game number 2, Pens were victorious earlier today. 4-1 was that final, where it's now corralled by CJ Nanavais. A pocket pick by Newton. Almost was able to sneak it in on that left post. But holding that was number 33, Luka Thompson. Comes back to 27, snapped in on net. Sticked away here. Shot off the backhand by the goal scorer earlier today, number 87, Newton. He dances around Fritchie now. Shot in on net. He got a man back door. It's in the crease right now. Poked out of danger to Nico Stark. He's out 1-on-2 right now. Nico Stark will try to dump this deep, and he's going to go in and put in, get his lunge bucket and go to work. As it comes back to center now, where 55 is going to try and work around Welch. On the back check, though, is Riker Ferguson. They collapse, creating a turnover for Nico Stark. Stark tried to hit Green in flight, goes beyond him. As it's wheeled right back to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie tries to hit Nico Stark. With 1:42 to go in the second period now. As Welch is going to try and step up on a man. Gets beyond him, but covering back is Brooksy Gaworski. Snapped in to the slot. Still loose. It's still loose in the slot. Left pad save there. Still loose. As it's shot in by 87. On the rebound, he gets his second goal of the game with 1:25 to go. So the Pens will fall behind once again, as it's now 2-1 in favor of the Barons. Mason Fritchie wins it back to Welch. Welch tried to move it to Papuano. He now retreats it back into his own zone. Tries to go back to Welch off of his stick blade. He's going to chip it off the wall to Blake Paris. Welch feathers it through, goes off the stick blade of Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski hustles over to get to this puck. Held in by the Barons, who now have renewed life. As 17, Wilkos has that taken off of him by Mason Fritchie. 45, Gaworski hits Paris. He's got a step here one-on-one. He's going to protect on his backhand. Centers. Tried to hit Gaworski. Following on is Mason Fritchie right over the shoulder of number 1. And they get that goal back on the next shift. As the scoreboard now shows 3-1, but it's definitely 2-2 here from the Barons Bus Arena. 45.1 to go. Mason Fritchie. Some hard work from Blake Paris to get in on the zone. Centered it for Gaworski. Following on was Mason Fritchie. Made no mistake about it. Snapped it over the shoulder of the netminder. 2-2. Big goal there from the boys in white. As things are getting set again. False draw. Gailey will step in across from Wilson. Actually, thinking back on that last play, it started with a defensive play from Mason Fritchie. Collapsed down on Wilkos to strip him of the puck, to move it up to Blake Paris to get everything going. 31 to go in the second period. As it's thrown over the stick of Grant Loy. Icing will be the call with 23.6 to go in the second period. 2-2 the score. Pretty quiet here from the Barons Bus Arena right now. So thanks for joining us once again. Pens Elite TV, Cine TV, Borman on for the draw. Hopping this will be Wang as it now comes to Gailey. Tucks it behind his net to Lapanga, as he's able to make a man miss. Centering pass for Gailey. Gailey tucks it around Connor Wilson. Wilson back to try and get to that puck. Scott's going to try and advise. It goes off of his stick blade. Grant Loy has it on his backhand. Goes over to Borman now. It's in his skates. Scott and him battle for it. That's going to be at the end of 2. Score will be the Cleveland Barons 2 and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 2. We'll be back with third period action in just a couple of minutes.
I don't think I've ever seen him do that in practice. Like, it just comes up out of nowhere. As soon as he warmed up, I'm like, no, what is he doing?
That doesn't go in though. We're all looking wide.
Hey, oh, whatever. It worked.
All right, period number 3, 14 minutes to go. 2-2 the score. Connor Wilson steps in against Newton. Will be flanked by 74 Easton Borman. Number 11, Colt Davis. Backside will be Welch and Fritchie. So Welch is going to step to this now. Knocked off of his stick blade. He'll throw it D to number 9, Brady Fritchie. As it now comes deep to Connor Wilson. Digging for this puck will be 74 Easton Borman. Newton will come out the other side with it as he evades Davis. Takovitz now has it on the half wall. He's facing pressure. Throws it deeper as it comes down to the half wall, where it goes off of one stick, where hustling over this puck will be Brady Fritchie. He's challenged by Thiessen. Connor Wilson has a step. He's got a man turn the wrong way. He's going in one-on-one right now. Dances around that man. Has his stick lifted at the last second. It comes now high to Welch. Welch is going to go D to D. Goes to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie's going to snap in a shot. Deflects off the outside of the net as Davis throws it to Takovitz. It's going to be an outlet pass here for the Barons with 13:05 to go. As Sadler will try Brady Fritchie. Good stick there from number 9. 13 minutes even. Fritchie has it on his backhand. Goes to Welch. Welch just going to throw it up ahead. Pence catch a break there. As Borman is going to try and hustle to get to this puck. Pence making a change behind the play. Or it's shot in on net. As Riker Ferguson challenges. Van on the clearing attempt. As the slide tackle on Bingham Green. 12:30 to go in the third period. Thrown back into the Pens D zone. We're collected by number 43, Grant Loya. Loya plays catch with Ambrose Papuano. Reading that play, though, is 87. Power move from 87, thrown in front. Cleaned up, though, by Bingham Green. Ferguson up ahead to Loya, or correction, to number 7, Nico Stark. Green tries to poke it along. Off the stick blade of Nico Stark. Over to get to this puck is Ambrose Papuano. Runs into his man. He checks behind him to see if a penalty was going to be called. One is not. As it's off the glove of 17. Behind the net now. Comes all the way through to the point man. As it's poked behind him, Pens may have something. Here's Nico Starks trying to hustle to get to this puck. He's got some tired bodies on the ice. Nico Stark harassing 58, Bugaj. Papuano's going to pinch down a little bit now. Good play there from Nico to get puck possession before he heads to the bench. Pinching down now is Brady Fritchie. Fritchie walks off the wall. He delays. He's got some personnel coming off the bench right now. Decides to throw it deeper. Read by 58. Bugaj, interference by 17. As 77 Enavisa goes against the grain, though, picked off by Gailey. Gailey steps around a man now. Gailey's just a bit over the net. As it goes out of play. Pence had something going in the offensive zone. Non-call on. I'm going to say a pretty blatant interference call. But we got 11:04 to go in the third. 2-2 remains the score. D-zone draw to the right of netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. Mason Fritchie steps in for it. It's going to win it over to his brother, Brady. Brady walks out of the fray. Hits his brother in flight. Rolled off of his stick blade, though. Gets back to this puck. He's got a man going to the net. It's Brooksy Gaworski. Goes behind him, though, as the Barons going to come out 2-on-3. Farino hits Scott. Goes off of a stick in front. And the rebound's put over the left pad of Luca Thompson. So the Pens once again are going to have to play catch-up. 10:40 to go in the third period. Rebound sat there for a few moments. Pence change up the personnel here. Connor Wilson will step in for the draw, flanked by Davis and Borman again. Backside, Papuano and Welch. Wang steps up as he dumps it deep, and this could probably be the game here the rest of the way for the Barons, as they're just going to dump it deep, as Welch is going to have that play read, but he steps to that puck. Connor Wilson on to help out, reverses back the other side to Ambrose Papuano. 10:25 to go. Papuano now pins his man to the wall. As he's taken down there, hogtied. Comes all the way through to Welch. Welch up to Borman. Borman's got Connor Wilson, hits him clean. Got Pence have numbers here. Connor Wilson steps around. Connor Wilson leaves it for Borman. As it's going to be a hooking call.
Where are you at, ref? You're right there. You were just watching.
As the man behind the play, the trailing referee. Wilson had everybody.
You're right there. Watch the play. Why is he doing everything?
As Pence going to be on the power play here. Connor Wilson steps in. It's going to be one back to Borman. Borman back to Loya. Loya's going to walk the blue line. Makes one man miss. Takes a slash. Goes back to Fritchie. Fritchie is going to take it low. Has a stick lifted there by Thiessen. Well, Wilson now has it on the wall. Where it's going to be thrown back. Good read there by Mason Fritchie. Correction, Brady Fritchie feathers it through to Borman. Borman has it in his skates now. Bruno doesn't have a stick. Comes back high to Brady Fritchie. Knocks it down with the glove. Just off of his stick back to neutral. 54 to go on the power play. Brady Fritchie now protects nicely. He delays. Has it on his backhand. Throws it through. Comes all the way through to Colt Davis. Should be an icing call. They're going to call that a tip.
This dude is absolute garbage.
As it comes now back to neutral.
One of those guys.
As Connor Wilson now leaves it for 74 Easton Borman. 25 to go in the power play. He has a stick. He has the stick of the defender. Got another penalty coming up. Here's the evidence is on the ice. As it's in the slot here. First try. He put his hand on the puck. 58 covered it with his hand. 58 covered it with his hand in the crease. He put it. He covered it. He covered it. As after the penalty call, the puck goes into the crease, covered up by the man without a stick, 58.
Dude, that's so bad. One, the goalie wasn't even near that to cover that. Two, that was a penalty shot, and nobody scored anyway.
So 5-on-3 for the next 12 seconds.
Garbage.
As Thiessen now has behind the net. Pocket pick by Bingham Green. Green's going to walk off. He's got a man in the slot. It's Riker Ferguson where Thiessen is going to try and dump it all the way down the ice. Should be an icing call. They're going to wave it off again. 8:22 now to go. Penn's now 5-on-4 penalty. Welch is going to walk this forward. Feathers it through to Ambrose Papuano. Good pass there. As Ferguson just ahead of the play. Offsides is the call. As Pens have adversity here, 8:14 to go in the third period. Down 1, 3-2 is the score. Riker Ferguson on against Wilkos. As it's turned high off the wall, could be an icing call here, and It is an icing call. The trailing official had to put his arm up there. It's the junior referee program. Looks like it's in full force. Here's the Penn's going to walk right back down in the offensive zone. 56 to go on the power play. 8:07 to go in the third period. Mason Fritchie on for the draw. It's in his skates. Pokes free to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie snaps it in into the equipment. Another offensive zone face-off. 8:02 to go. 51 to go. We'll do it again from the other side of the ice. Mason Fritchie will step in once again against Wilco. Same thing. Comes to the stick of Bingham Green, and off of his stick blade to Wilkos. Wilkos tries to feather it through, comes all the way through to Welch. Welch is going to have to hustle to get to this puck as he's pressured. Comes all the way through to Brady Fritchie. He's in flight now. He walks around Wilkos. He's going to try Wang now. He's got a man go to the net. Comes all the way through to Noah Welch. Welch is going to go high to Connor Wilson. Wilson dances around one man. He's going to leave it for Welch. Welch tries to feather it through to Bingham Green. It goes to Bingham Green. Shot in on that rebound. Connor Wilson shoots and scores. Number 8 makes it 3-3. And the PPG for PPE. As the referee's shaking his head for some reason. I'm not sure who the referee's talking to. I've never seen that before, where the referee after the goal turns and shaking his head. Got the referee scouts in the stands. Might be his I think it's his buddies actually up top. I think it's he got some buddies up top watching it.
Oh, yeah, that'll be it.
Nonetheless, it's 3-3. The PPG from Connor Wilson. 7:24 to go. As icing is the call. Back to 5-on-5 action. Still shows 8 seconds, but we're back to 5-on-5. Riker Ferguson steps in against number 55, Newton. Goes back to the point man. Ambrose Papuano dances around 53. Controls. Good puck protection there from 37, the Alberta product. Loya's calling for this puck. Papuano feathers it through. Try to hit Stark. Stark snaps it just wide of the net. Now controlled by number 93, Riker Ferguson. 7 to go in the period. Ferguson got the puck on the string. Finds us. Backhanded again just wide of the net. Bingham Green follows on. He's trying to tuck it in as Sadler hustles over to get to that puck. Sadler, he's run into by Stark. Green leaves it for... Comes all the way through to Nico Stark now. Stark finds this puck. It's in some skates. Following along. And it's in the back of the net. Green, Bingham Green. And it's 4-3 with 6:35 to go. Pens possessed the puck for the last minute in the zone. And it's off the stick blade, fluttering into the air over the shoulder of number 1. And it's 4-3 with 6:35 to go.
Go, boys!
Still a long way to go in this game. Third period action underway. It's going to be snapped back to number 9, Brady Fritchie. Fritchie winds things up. As angled into the wall is Blake Paris. As Scott hustles back to this puck. He's coming in 1-on-2 right now. Good back check there by 45 Gaworski. And Scott falls down. As it comes back to Lapanga. Lapanga back to 72 Gailey. Gailey tries a curl move, comes all the way through to Scott. Scott now has it. Backhanded in on the netminder. Luca Thompson feathers it to safety in the corner. Comes all the way through to Gaworski, held in now by Gailey. Back to the stick blade of CJ Nenavaisa. Under 6 to go in the third period. 4-3 the score. Pens got their first lead of the game off the stick of 19 Bingham Green. As following on now is Brooksy Gaworski. Tries to curl around Gailey. Good recovery there by 72. As Gaworski's going to head to the box. And the turkey will be on the table for the Cleveland Barons. As the minute 30 penalty is up on the board, Wilco steps in for the drop. Wilkos now has it. He goes low to Gailey. Gailey snaps it off the left pad of Luka Thompson. Thompson's going to snap this back to CJ Nenavisa. As high in the zone now, the Barons still have it. 1:07 to go on the PK. As Wilkos is going to walk in, snapped over the shoulder of Thompson, and that's going to be a power play goal. As the Barons are able to hold it in the zone. 17 gets the goal with 5:09 to go in the third period. It's 4-4 once again. As Connor Wilson step in against Wilkos. Where we have about 5 minutes left, 5:09 to be exact. Officials getting things sorted out here. As it comes to the stick lay to Welch. Welch snaps it to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano goes to Borman. Borman tries to touch pass to Connor Wilson. Good recovery there by 58 Bugash. As it's going to be chipped around, Welch is going to try to get to this puck first. As Wilkos follows on. He's going to stop up. Centering pass comes all the way through. Welch pokes this now to the corner. Easton Borman goes to get to it. 4:39 to go in the third period. Bugash tries to move it up ahead as Welch gets to this puck first. Borman on to help out. Comes back to the point man. Bugash, 58. He's got a lot of room here. Had a man back door. Fans on that shot attempt. Where it becomes an outlet here for the Pens. Colt Davis on his backhand. He streaks back to center. Borman dumps it in. Pens have some tired bodies. Connor Wilson's going to stay on here with Davis. As it comes now to Grant Loya. Loya back to 77 Nenavisa. Nenavisa plays catch with Davis. Comes now to the stick play to 43 Grant Loya. Takes one slash, tries a curl move. Puck sitting here at the top of the circle where Wang's going to try and skate it out of traffic. He's coming in right now 2-on-3. Good back check there from Riker Ferguson. Stopping up is Bingham Green. Bingham Green, though, is coming in 1-on-3. Long shot taken. Fair catch called by number 1. 3:37 to go in the third period. Where Bingham Green, he delays. He's got a man high. CJ Nenavisa. Nenavisa's going to shoot this in. It's in some skates. Lift it off. Juicy rebound. Bingham Green just shot wide of the net. Now goes beyond the stick of Riker Ferguson. Back check there by Tanner Scott. Good stick lift there from Nico Stark. Dumps it in deep again. Pens are back to work. As it comes to the stick late of number 7, Nico Stark. Feathers it through to Bingham Green. Green and Mazza collide now. Mazza throws it beyond to Lopanga. As it comes now to Grant Loya. Loya uses his skating, goes it right back to Bingham Green. Touch pass to Riker Ferguson in flight. Got a defender turn the wrong way. He's waiting for a teammate to get on side here. Ferguson's going to dump it deep. 2:43 to go in the third period. Ferguson wins this puck battle from Mazza. He's got a man in front. It's Gaworski. Tries to go to Gaworski. Shot off the post. It's still sitting there. It's still loose. Found by Blake Paris. He tries to feather it through. Glorious opportunity there as the puck sat on the goal line where Tanner Scott comes back the other way. Backhands it behind the net. Picked up now by Brady Fritchie. 2:19 to go in the period. Fritchie. He will skate this back in the Pens offensive zone. As he's angled to the wall. As we have a puck battle here with 2:02 to go. Mason Fritchie centering pass to Gaworski. Comes all the way through to Welch. Welch shoots this. Blocker save down in front. As it's going to become a 2-on-3 here as Reese tries to exit the zone. As Welch is going to stop him at the blue line. With 1:45 to go. As we have a offsides call, it's going to come all the way back to center red. Could have been a hand pass too. As there's some instructions in front of the Penguin bench. 1:44 to go in the third period. Wilkos and Fritchie step in for this draw. Comes wide to Bugash. It's in his skates, can't find it. Now finds it. Stepping up to this is Paris. Welch now tries to pickle stab this forward. It's in his skates. Covering for him is 25, Blake Parrish. As it's pushed further along by Brooksy Gaworski. Stepping up, back into the Barron zone. 1:21 to go in the third period. Or Thiessen. It's going to see his pass get picked off by Blake Parrish. Now on the half wall. Where it goes wide to Thiessen now. As 14 is going to try and throw this back door. Welch knocking off the stick of Perino. Welch is going to rim this around more. Comes all the way back to the point man. Under 1 to play in the third. Blake Parrish tries to throw this back to center red. Pens have a couple tired bodies on the ice right now. As stepping to this pass is going to be Brady Fritchie. He's late in the shift though. Tries a curl move. He's got a man going with him. It's Easton Borman. He's trying to delay to get some time here with 33 to go in the period. As this is going to be kicked further along. 24 to go in the period. Comes back out of the zone. Where Riker Ferguson gets to this puck. 15 now to go. Riker Ferguson, he comes in. As it's in a soft spot right now, 9 to go. Thrown behind the net. Where Bugash has it. Thrown off to the top of the zone. 2 to go, 1 to go. Thrown right back in the zone. And that's going to be the end of the period. Has a good game. Let's see if we have some free hockey here. Is the ice still 6? So we got 3 minutes up on the clock. Sarah, does it say 3? Does it say 3? Does it say 3 or 5? 3. So we got 3-on-3, 4-3.
Oh my gosh.
Pens have played a strong game, lots of chances. Kept coming back and coming back. With the late power play goal from the Cleveland Barons, made it 4-4. So here we stand, 3 minutes left. Connor Wilson, he's going to be on with Riker Ferguson and Brady Fritchie. It's going to be one back, but beyond the reach of number 9, Brady Fritchie. So back to get to this puck will be number 9. He's on his horse. He uses the net as a shield. He's going to walk out now. He stops up. He's going to go wide to Connor Wilson. 2-on-2 develops as he's got Riker Ferguson going to the net. Connor Wilson beats his man. He's going to go all the way around. He's got a man back door. It's Brady Fritchie. Instead, he comes high in the zone. Dumps it down low to Riker Ferguson. Ferguson back to Connor Wilson. 2:30 to go in the overtime period. Wilson, he protects. He walks down, snaps it in, comes all the way through, tried to deflect it home with number 9, Brady Fritchie. Pull. Offsides will be the call here. Neutral zone faceoff comes up, 2:29 to go. Pens will stick with the same personnel grouping, as it's going to be one all the way through. Connor Wilson, he delays. Plays catch with number 9, Brady Fritchie, 2:13 to go. Brady Fritchie protects on his backhand, forehand, backhand. He walks through. Riker Ferguson comes down Wall Street, 3-on-1 could develop here. No trip called as Gailey sends it up ahead. Unable to hand that pass with Thiessen, but getting to this will be number 8, Connor Wilson. He's coming in 1-on-3 right now. Pens are chasing some troops behind the play. Connor Wilson tries to feather it through to himself, where Wilkos steps around Mason Fritchie. Back is Loya. As it comes into the crease, and this could be an opportunity here for the Pens. Connor Wilson. He's got a man going to the net with him. It's Mason Fritchie. Connor Wilson, long shift for him. Connor Wilson walks in. Backdoor pass off the side of the cage. Connor Wilson tries to recover this puck, as Wilkos is going to come in 1-on-2 right now. Comes all the way through to Thompson. Thompson's going to pass this up to Mason Fritchie off of his shin pad. Mason bumps into one man here, as Gaworski is now on the ice here. 1 minute to play here in the overtime. Newton now controls backdoor. Good save there from Luka Thompson. 2-on-2 develop. Brooksy Gaworski, he's coming in 1-on-2. Got some tired bodies back. Got the trailer. It's Easton Borman. Tries to dip move around. 48 to go. 2-on-1 develops. Man wide open in front. Tanner Scott shut down by Luka Thompson. 41 now to go. Up ahead of the play is Brooksy Gaworski. He's got Easton Borman going with him. Clamped down by Scott. Easton Borman has it. He's going to throw it deep with 30 to go in the period. Pinching down will be number 9, Brady Fritchie. As it's thrown up ahead, reading that pass was Bingham Green, goes off his stick blade back to Newton. 17 to play. As let's see if the Pens have one more chance. As it's thrown up to Brady Fritchie, 9 seconds. Brady Fritchie, top of the circle, 5 to go. Brady Fritchie shot wide of the net, 2-1, and it looks like that's where things will end here from the Barons Bus Arena. As that's going to be it. Thanks for joining us for game number 2. Ends at a 4-4 tie between the Cleveland Barons and your 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Pens will be back in action at the Midwinter Classic in a couple weeks, live from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Have a good rest of your day.